Good morning, everybody. Cougar here, back with more adventures in the amazing underwater survival game Subnautica. We are back at base after visiting the Sea Emperor. We need to come back up here to the surface to gather a bunch of ingredients for the hatching enzyme. And I thought that rather than try to do that with the prawn, I would... Thank you. Can't start the day without a nice, hot, fresh cup of joe. I thought that in order rather than do that with the prawn, I would come back here and do it with the sea moth. Another reason I wanted to come back here is because I miss Nugget terribly, and I wanted to say hi to him. Hey, Nugget. Hi. Want to play? Yep, you needed a snack. I could tell. You were hungry. You looked hungry. Are they not feeding you? One. Oh, yeah. Good to see you too, buddy. Now you stay here. Whoops. You stay here, and we are going to go do our collecting stuff. Quick reminder that what we need for the hatching enzyme. We need an eye stalk seed, sea crown seed, fungal sample, ghost weed seed, and a bulb bush sample. The bulb bush sample we can actually grab right here at base before we even leave, because I'm growing one in my exterior grow bed. But now it's time to hop into the sea moth and go grab this stuff. One thing I realized on the long swim over here from the mountain island was that we also need to retrieve something from the captain's quarters on board the Aurora. Now remember last time, hold on, let me just pause for a second here. I am going to pull up the signal for Life Pod 19, Second Officer Keen's last broadcast location. I know for a fact that we're going to find some eye stalk over there. And rather than search around aimlessly looking for this stuff all in the same location, I am going to take us to the locations where I know for a fact 100% we're going to find it. So we're going to go out here to the crags where Officer Keen's life pod was. I know there are going to be some eye stalks out here. And then we're going to head over to the... Actually, there may be ghostweed. Again, I don't want to do the there may be, and then get over there and there isn't. But at this point, we may be closer to getting some from the Deep Grand Reef, some ghostweed from the Deep Grand Reef or the Lost River than we are from the... Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure we don't miss... Yeah, okay. Ah, that's eye stalk right there. Three down. Oops. Three down. So, as I was saying, remember, we got that broadcast from Altera HQ, giving us the code for the captain's quarters. We did not get that broadcast until after we had already... Going the wrong way. Until after we had already been through the Aurora once. So now we gotta swing back past the Aurora and grab something important out of the... What was that? Did we just pass under a reef back? That was weird. Now we gotta swing back past the Aurora and grab the whatever it is we need to grab out of the captain's quarters. That actually is not going to take us too far out of our way if we are going to go... There's more eye stalk down in there, but I didn't see any ghostweed. It's not going to take us that far out of our way if we need to head to the Koosh bulb zone to get the ghostweed. I think that's going to be the easiest place to find it. It's all over the place there. Of course, it's all over the place down in the Lost River too, but that takes us pretty far out of our way. Hey, Reefy. You okay? You're awfully low. You're right down on the sea floor. He may be sick. So eye stalk we have. Ghostweed we need. Sea crown we have. Bulb bush we have. Is that it? What was the last one? Oh, the fungal sample, which we're going to be able to find in transit from the Aurora to the bulb zone for the ghostweed. So we should be able to get everything we need here in one last swoop out past the Aurora and swing by the Aurora and visit the captain's cabin at the same time. Now, as we get over here toward the front of the Aurora, I'm going to drop off our Seamoth and swim in, because Reaper Leviathans just love these Seamoth, and they will swim out of their way to come and grab one. So I think right around the other side of this dune here, we'll probably just let the Seamoth sit here in a nice, quiet, protected location. How about right inside that tube over there? Alright. There's no chance a Reaper is going to get in there to get that, so we are still outside of the Reaper's territory, but as I said, they will venture outside their territory for a Seamoth. I've seen them do it. I think they see them as chew toys, and they like to gnaw on them. Yeah, we probably could have gotten a little bit closer in the Seamoth. Yeah, we could have wedged it right in there. It would have been safe. But we're in Reaper territory now. Yeah, you hear him? He's down there somewhere. Now again, one of the things that we haven't had the opportunity to do on this trip is to play with a Reaper. They are fun to play with if you've got nothing to lose. If you are actually going to tangle with one and do have stuff to lose, the best strategy is to hug something solid like this. Like hug right up against this, because you see those giant mandibles on their face. Those make it very hard to get up close and grab you if you're hugging something solid. So hugging the sea floor or wedged in between a couple of rocks, something like that, is a good way to protect yourself from a Reaper if you have to do it. Now we're going to go in through the lower entrance, which we used as an exit last time we were here, but I think entering from this direction is going to get us to the captain's quarters faster. Down past the lab. Alright, now we are in the destroyed prawn bay, which is where we want to be. Ah. Oh, one other thing to point out in here, if I can get out of the water. One of my viewers told me something I didn't know, that there is a Seamoth storage module over here in this panel. Oh, we do not have a fire extinguisher. We don't need it. Okay. We don't need that storage module, but just to point out that it is there. I did not even know that it was there. We've already built one for our Seamoth, so we don't need this. Alright, we are back at the captain's quarters. Reminder, pull up our PDA and go to the data bank, data downloads, codes and clues. The high security terminal, captain's quarters, the code is 2679. 2679. Alright, awesome. We're in the captain's quarters. There's a PDA. Captain was playing a text version of Subnautica. Isn't that interesting? We already have an Aurora miniature that we picked up, that we got from a time capsule, but that's where you get it if you weren't lucky enough to get one out of a time capsule. And I think that this is the only Aurora poster in the game. Aurora, the next phase of Altera exploration. So we definitely want to grab that. And now play the very important data download.
Integrating new PDA data.
No, there was a voice log. Neptune escape rocket gave us the blueprint for that. It gave us the blueprint for the Neptune launch pad, Neptune launch platform there. And there was a voice log that we missed just now. Here we go. Last recorded transmission.
Average long-range transmission delay, 8 hours. Opening last recorded transmissions.
This is an emergency distress call. Aurora is on collision course with planet 4546b. Sending all available environmental data. Please respond with rescue solution. Out.
This is Altera HQ. Attached to this message, you should find the blueprints for an escape ship that we calculate will be capable of breaking orbit and getting you back to the nearest phase gate. Now, it's designed to use materials you can find in situ, but it's gonna need one hell of a power source. Now, we'll be sure to...
Aurora long-range communications relay offline.
Okay, so Aurora had a plan for us. Excuse me, Altera had a plan for us to get off the planet. They have transmitted to us the blueprints, or they transmitted to the captain, the blueprints for the construction of a Neptune rocket and a Neptune launch platform. We can now build that, but we can't do that until we disable the gun, and we can't disable the big alien gun until we cure ourselves. So we're now back on track to get the hatching enzymes and get cured. Once we're cured, we'll be able to disable the gun. Once we've disabled the gun, we'll be able to build the Neptune launch platform and the Neptune rocket and rocket off Subnautica if we want to. Again, it is up to us whether we want to return to civilization or just live out the rest of our lives here on Subnautica. It is a little bit lonely, with only a cuttlefish for company. But, you know, it has its charms as well. Reaper Leviathans, now less than charming. Biters and bleeders, mesmers, stalkers, bone sharks, sand sharks, all less than charming. Oh, did I just... Oh, my Seamoth was so well hidden I swam right past it. Good camouflage.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you. Now, we need the fungal sample and the ghostweed sample. And we can find both of those out this way There's going to be a small mushroom forest. You know, we could use some water. I'm going to check that loot box there. We have water on us, but that was a battery. But there are some mushrooms. We now have the fungal sample. Only one seed left before we are ready to craft the hatching enzyme and return to the Sea Emperor. Now, just so I don't get us too far off course here, I'm going to pull up the LifePod 12 beacon. That's going to take us... it's going to take us right into the middle of the Kush zone and keep us away from the Reapers. If we head for LifePod 12, we'll be sandwiched in between two Reapers. There'll be one off to our left and one off to our right, but we will be safe. You know, speaking of getting low on water, let me just jump out here and grab some Kush bulb. Make sure I don't eat the rotten one that we've been carrying around. Ooh. What was that? Okay. What kind of shape is our sea moth in here? Oh, Mesmer! Mesmer! No! Okay. That was a Mesmer. We've never actually encountered one of those in the wild before. Remember, we have one that we hatched back in our alien containment tank. But what they do is they Alright, let's do it. Ow. So they kind of lock you in place, and they swim up to you and bite your face off. Now, we had enough health there that I just let it happen. But if you want to avoid letting it happen, you just turn away from it. Stop looking at it as quickly as you can. Alright, we are in the right spot. We just have to get a little bit deeper before we start seeing ghostweed. Alright, there's LifePod 12. We're going to head north from LifePod 12 toward the second entrance to the Lost River, because we know it gets very deep there. And that's where we're going to find the ghostweed. Okay, here we are. 400 meters north of LifePod 12. We are at the entrance to the Lost River, and there's going to be ghostweed around here somewhere. Oh, look, there's an eye stalk right there. We could have just come over here, gotten the eye stalk and the ghostweed at the same time. There's ghostweed. That is going to do it. Just check our blueprints for the hatching enzyme. Make sure we have everything we need. We do. We have eye stalk, sea crown, fungal sample, ghostweed seed, and a bulb bush sample. We are ready to... we can either go back through the portal and craft these on the Cyclops, or we can go back to base and craft the hatching sample there. Let's do that. Since we have the sea moth, it'll be a quick trip. Let's try to be heading in the correct direction. Yes, Life pods, the base is still a click and a half away versus the prawn, which is only 800 meters. But then once we get in the prawn and go back through the gate, then we got to get out of that moon pool where the Sea Emperor is and get all the way back through that big base and get into the Cyclops and craft it on the Cyclops, or we just zip back over here to the base and do it. I'm going to go with back to the base. And I am assuming that we only need the one sample. I know there were 5 eggs there, but I'm going to assume that they just take the one sample and distribute it between those 5 eggs. Okay, we're getting back close to base. Hello, base. It's nice to meet you.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thanks. Hey, everybody. Hey, Mesmer. Resources, advanced materials, hatching, enzymes, an organic substance derived from plants found in the Emperor's natural breeding grounds designed to trigger a hatching response. Alright, that should do it. I'm just going to jump upstairs real quick and drop off the second model. And fill up on food and water. One more. And now I'm gonna... Good. I'm gonna fast forward us back out to the mountain island where the prawn suit's parked. Be back in a sec. Okie dokie smoky.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you. Okay. Now we head down and try to remember where that gate was, that arch. When we came out of it, we were looking up right at the moon pool. There's the moon pool, so it's going to be right there. It is right there. All right. See you on the other side. Okay. Hey, I'm back. Did you miss me? Guess what I brought? I brought you a present. Yes, it's gonna go right down in here. Insert hatching enzymes. Little baby sea emperors. 5 of them. I hope they're not hungry. Wow, look at that. Go meet your mama. She's gonna send them through this gate. Right, Mama? Is that the plan?
My young are swimming for the shallows. I thank you.
You're welcome.
Their freedom is my end. What will it be like, I wonder, to go to sleep and never wake up? Perhaps next we meet, I will be an ocean current, carrying seas to a new land, or a creature so small it sees the gaps between the grains of sand. Farewell, friend.
Well, farewell to you. She gonna die now? Well, I guess that's it for her. And how about us, is the question. Are we cured? We'll find out. Hold on. Let's get some oxygen.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let's pull up our... Let's do a self-scan. What did it... Did it say infected still? I'm still infected. Well... That didn't seem that helpful then, did it? Well, I guess what we'll do is we'll follow the hatchlings. If... What's that? Touch refined enzyme 42. Ugh. Let's scan ourselves now. Normal.
Scan complete. Vital signs normal. No remaining sign of bacterial infection.
Yay! Yay! Hooray! We are cured, guys. Congratulations, we did it. All that remains is to deactivate the gun. To do that, we just gotta head back to the alien facility we just left. Let's do it. If we're not stuck. Hey, there are the babies. Oh, they're spreading the cure. They're dropping this off all over the place. Cool. They're barfing out the cure. Ha! That's funny. Nope, didn't mean to do that. All right. back into the facility. Let's leave the prawn here. And go turn off the gun. Wow, that's really distracting. All right, make it happen. Wow. I guess that did it. I wish the gun didn't sound so sad. It's a good thing that we're cured and the whole planet is cured. We did it, guys. That's it. All that remains is to build the rocket and get off the planet. Took a wrong turn. Speaking of building the rocket, we haven't really taken a close look at the blueprints that we got for the rocket and the launch platform. Let's see what it's going to take to make that happen. There's the launch platform. That's easy. Titanium ingot, computer chip, and lead. How about the rocket itself? We may need to build the launch platform before we can build the rocket. Yeah, I don't think we have the rocket blueprint itself, but I'll bet it is, you know, part of the launch platform. Once we build the launch platform, it'll tell us what we need to make the rocket happen. So let's do that. Let's head back. You know, well, we may not even need the prawn suit anymore. So, or the Cyclops. Just make sure there's nothing I could potentially need in here. I could potentially need all of those. And I could potentially need the Cyclops again. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back in the prawn suit, go back through that gate, get in the Cyclops, and bring it all the way back up here. Because we loaded all of our materials onto the Cyclops before heading down to the deep zones. So I'm going to have a lot of regathering to do to get... I'm not sure what exactly we're going to need to build the rocket, so I don't want to have all my good materials down in the Cyclops and then need to go get them. So why don't we call this an episode, and when we return, all that will remain is building the rocket and getting off the planet. Congratulations, everybody. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you're having fun. Next time, we will build the Neptune rocket and get off Subnautica. See you then. Hey guys, I'm back because I wanted to show you something. I came back through the aquarium arch to get the Cyclops and have a look. She's dying. She's dying. Farewell, friend. Thank you for helping me cure this disease. Millions of others, thank you as well. Sleep well.